Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. This is the last February for this year, this day in time and century forever that we'll have this time next month. We will be celebrating the very opening week of March. Okay, I think that would be March the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, anyway, thank you very much for joining us. I do want to let you know that the show is brought to you by UJuice. This is their website. As you see, if you go to the top, it is called liveitstore.com. That's where you order your juices, health events. It's really authentically Caribbean all the way. The juices are out of this world. I suggest to each of you to go. My favorite is on this case is to the right. I like the passion. That's a kicker. They're all good. But I think I lean toward more of this one. But they are sponsoring the show, and I do appreciate that. They're absolutely sugar-free, of course. And you have your choice of 3 to take. It's free of all glutens and GMOs and all this other stuff that they put into things. Also, want to thank Nicholas Brooklyn. They're celebrating 51 years now, or going on 51 years of being in business. They have the most eclectic bookstore, or it's not a bookstore. It's a unique store. It's eclectic store. That's all I'll say. It's got a little bit of this, that, books, incense, oils, greases, jewelry, herbs. It's just 1396 Fulton Street. You got to see for yourself. Tell them Lloyd Strayhorn sent you, okay? Also, Miss Kimberly, Manifest on Purpose, her podcasts are at least twice a week. She also has brought a new platform to the table called Astronumerology Revealed, where she introduces and interviews intriguing guests in the metaphysical world. So I thank her very, very much for sponsoring it. And before I begin, I think I got everything right today. But anyway, here we go. Please like, share, and subscribe. I always forget to mention that. I will, Lloyd, LWL, Live with Lloyd, or Lloyd Strayhorn will never, ever DM me for money. This is so important. Evidently, you got people that rip you off, and you got to be careful. They will say numbers in you, but they will say numbers in you underscore, numbers in you 1, 2, 3. You must pay attention. This is how a lot of people get duped with scams on the internet. They'll just think it's the name, but don't check to see. And sometimes there could be a slight spelling of a capital letter as against a small letter. So you got to be really, really diligent so people don't take you for a ride with your money. That's very important. And right now, with all these scams and things being as they are economically, you need to hold on to every penny you can get. But this is Wednesday. It is the 26th. Got that straight of 2025. The sun is in Pisces. The moon is in the sign of Aquarius. It's an 11 universal day, a 6 universal month, a 6 universal week, a 1 universal day. So therefore, all Leos and Aquarians and Aries in the house, or if you're born on, see, I did make an error. See, okay. If not on the 9th, that was yesterday. But if you're born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, the 31st, I'm going to get this right at some point, okay? But if it was yesterday, it was a 9 universal day. Anyway, what I want to do is share with you some of the things that when I'm reading people, and I'm going to be taking your birthdays today because I'm going to be taking examples. What happens is this. There is a thing whereby see your birthday, people in numerology, or they will say, well, my life path, my birth path, my destiny number. What it simply means on the month, the day, and the year you born, that was the universal day that day, okay? So anybody's child is born today, okay? Yes, they have a one destiny, but universally, it's a one universal day. And a universal means just that everybody's is being influenced by this one energy today, good, bad, or indifferent. Some people, they want to take the initiative. Some people want to step out on faith. Some people, they want to be proactive. Some people, they just want to just start getting things off the ground. But the point is that the month, the day, and the year you're born, yes, it is the destiny, but it also indicates what the universal, what day was on that month and day and year you were born. That's very important. So I've got a couple of examples. And also, if you notice when I'm taking your birthdays, how also not just look at your name, because most of you giving me a birthday, but how I'm looking at the birthday. And I'm looking at the birthday for patterns. What do I mean? Patterns. What numbers or numbers keep repeating themselves? And I've got some examples that I'm going to share you in a minute. So when I say that, like yesterday, a good friend of mine, Bernie, he had a beautiful daughter yesterday, okay? And Brian, excuse me, not Bernie, Brian is his name. I stand corrected, Brian. But anyway, he has a beautiful daughter who was born yesterday at 2 on February the 25th of 25. So I thought that was so interesting, okay? And it wound up being a 9 universal day. That's what yesterday was, okay? So then when I did his birthday and the mother's birthday, I found something very interesting, but I'll show you that later. What I do is, like, when I look at a name, what number or numbers keep repeating themselves in the name? The more a number repeats itself in a name, the more quality that number represents. It's like what you call concentrated. You know, you'll get concentrated soap powders and concentrated this, that, and other. It just means it's just got a little extra oomph because it's repeated a lot. So I'm going to give you some birthday examples. Okay, here we go. So if you look at this was the birthday of Brian's daughter yesterday, 2/25/25. If you notice, look at all the twos that repeat itself in the name. I mean, in the birthday, okay? Then I have another client whose son is born 11/11/1999. Ones and nines are leadership numbers. Ones and nines are fire numbers. That tells me this person will always have a life that if they don't learn the right use of leadership, being a supervisor, manager, director, or leader of some kind, they will always be frustrated. In the case of Brian, I told him with his daughter under the sign of Pisces, because Pisces is a psychic sign anyway, and 2 is a psychic number anyway, as well as the number 7. 2 + 5 is 7, being a psychic number anyway, and it adds up to a 9, which is the universal day, and 9 is also on the intuitive or spiritual plane. His daughter is going to be something else. I described to Brian as his daughter is going to be what I call otherworldly. And it's not just Brian's daughter, but anybody who gave birth to a child, male or female, born yesterday, okay? So then if I look under 1999, if you notice, this child or person born on this day have a lot of zeros. Now, 0 is assigned to the planet Saturn. In other words, if you put a 0 on top of a 0, that gives you the symbol of infinity, without beginning, without end, okay? And it rules, this would be an old soul kind of person. And since Saturn is governed by earth, the element of earth, this person would be very earthy. And in fact, with the 2 being water numbers and the earth zeros being earth elements, this tells me this would be a very nurturing person. Then there was a person that I know, another client, whose daughter was born 7/7/1977. So I thought this was interesting. So this is going to be a very private, withdrawn type of young lady. That's her daughter, who will probably be very analytical. 7 is very individualistic. And often a 7 is missing in a name, much less a birthday. So when a 7 occurs, that tells me they are somewhat very, very introspective, very, very analytical, and 7s can be very sarcastic if you rub them the wrong way. So if you look underneath that, because don't forget, I want all of you to look at your birthdays. And as I pull birthdays from the show tonight, you'll see what I'm saying. Some of you will stand out, like the one underneath, 8/8/1988. Okay, that's Lionsgate that day, or the open of the portal. But notice the 8 is very philosophical. 8 is very mature. 8 is the business number too. So it tells me this particular person would do well in the world of business, administration, management. And in fact, this is the birthday of a person that owns a technology a business in India that does apps and all these other things like that. So it's interesting. Now, if you look at the bottom, there's a difference. What do I mean? If you look closely, every single number, the month, the day, and the year are different. There are no repeats. There are no standouts and stuff. And in fact, this will be some of the most challenging to read because it's a mixture of this, that, and the other. But if you look at the other birthdays above it, you'll see that right away they are totally very, the pattern is very similar, just like a standout. And some of you in here got standouts. Now, here is the second one. This is when I added all the numbers together. So Brian's daughter, who was born yesterday, it would happen to be a 9 universal day. That is, I took the month, the day, and the year and added it together and it factored out to a 9. So this person would have this young lady, I call Pumpkin, would be a 9 universal day. I mean, a 9 destiny, but actually it was a 9 universal day for this entire world. Okay. And then for the one 11/11/1999, those numbers add up to a 5. So this person would be a 5 destiny. The one under February the 10th, 2000, they will be a 5 destiny. The one that's 7/7/1977, no, it won't be a master number 11. I did it properly. It's a 2. The one on August 8th, 1988, that would be a 6 destiny or 6 universal day. And the one that's born on May the 6th of 1987, that would be a 9 universal day. Now, here's what I do. The term that is used in my field of numerology is destiny, life path, birth path number. It simply means when you add the month, the day, and the year you're born, what you are here to learn. Okay? And the way I do it when I talk to people who may not understand these terms, I'll say that your birthday says that in the case of the daughter that was born to Brian and his wife yesterday on February the 25th of 2025, their daughter happens to be in the 9th grade in the School of Life. Because see, the month, the day, and the year is the long range. It tells you what you must learn or master over a long period of time. Okay, that is the point. And so that's why we're here. We're on a long journey from the womb to the tomb, from sunrise to sunset, call it what you will. We are here on a mission. And some of us learn because being in the great school of life, which most people can wrap their heads around that concept, it simply means that we're here to learn something. And if we want to be successful, then hopefully this is when people start getting into reincarnation. And I don't get into that because I can't prove it. Some people ask me about a past life. I've noticed that when I've talked to people who've experienced past lives, they were always kings and queens and prophets. And you know what I'm saying? I don't never hear nobody in the past life that was a janitor, they was a cook, they was doing the best they can. They're always lofty. So since I can't prove these things, that's how my mind works being in New York City. If you're born in New York City, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Well, you just can't just talk at the mouth. Now you can, but you better back that up. So I go with what I can discern in a way that is logical and makes perfect sense to each and every one of us. Okay. So now I call Brian because I asked Brian, could I do something that's very, very interesting? And I'm going to show you how to properly take and find out what your destiny, life path, or birth path, for those that are interested in or know the term in numerology, or simply what grade you are in the School of Life. Now, here's the thing, what I did. If you take this, if you look at it closely, see, I took his daughter. I took February the 25th. I added my columns down. And notice how the column added to 2052, which is a 9. But if you look at her dad, who was born December the 31st of 1982, his numbers are the 2025. It's the last two numbers are just reversed. I forgot the term they use when the last two numbers are reversed. Like World War I was in 1914, World War II was in 1941. Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated in 1948, and then in 1984, Indira Gandhi, a relative of his, was assassinated. Martin Luther King was assassinated in 1968, and in 1986, flipping those last two numbers around, his name became a national holiday. And she I mean, he, like his daughter, or I should say she, like her father, would be have a 9 destiny. They would be in the 9th grade in the school of life. So I said, well, I can't keep mom out because I mean she's gonna want to know, well, what about me? So I just says, okay, I took her birthday, June the 26th of 1988. And if you notice, it as a 2020. Notice the parallel between the mother, the father, and the child with the how the bottom numbers added up to. Her destiny is a 4, not a 22 4. This is the proper way to find out whether you're getting a master number 22, 4, or just a 4. Okay. So I just thought it was just nice. And I called Brian to say, Brian, listen, is it okay? Can I just use this as an example of things like that? So to his daughter born yesterday, to him and the mom, I wish them congratulations. He is very, very happy at his daughter number 2. But I told him with all those 2s in her birthday and being under the Pisces psychic sign of Pisces, and 7 is a psychic number, and 9 is found on the spiritual intuitive plane, I described her as being otherworldly. She's going to be very finicky and fussy about her eating habits, her dietary laws. But all of you, every single one of you, have a gift not only found in your name, but the repetition of numbers or numbers in your birthday. It's just a matter of what it is. So what I'm going to do, because all this is research for me. By the way, on the 24th, when I was talking about the plane crashes, that on the 24th of 6, because the oppositional numbers, the dates when most airplane incidences occur, got to slow it down a second, are always on dates that add up to the 4, the 6, the 3, and the 1. I know some of y'all out there gonna play that number. I know my people. Okay, that's how we do sometimes. So boy, that looked like a good number. So listen, just let us know you did. But I'm just being real. I'm being real. When my mother would take me to church on Sundays, I see the women up there talking about that looked like a good hymn number. I ain't had no idea what the women was talking about, okay? Because the numbers game was very, very popular in Harlem and throughout this whole country, wherever the Black community resided, okay? Now you got lotteries in every state, every part of the country. Gambling is off the chain. So what I'm saying is, and one day I'll talk about the numbers game in Harlem because Casper Holstein, a brother from the Caribbean born on December the 7th, actually started the numbers game in Harlem. It kept a lot of brothers and sisters employed during the Depression. I mean, numbers was played in barbershops, funeral homes, restaurants, beauty parlors, wherever, listen, shoe shine stands, wherever, I'm telling you, but it kept a lot of people above water, okay? So anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So let me start with this. I'm going to start and go back a second. Oh, and by the way, my rule is please, please, please. Some of you make donations. I really, really appreciate it. Sometimes I don't get to see everything until the end. And for those of you who are into their feelings, if they gave something and I didn't call them, please don't think that I've ignored you. I just didn't see it. So my thing is for those of you who are super sensitive like that, and of course every penny counts when you give it to somebody. If I come across you and read you and you then want to give a donation, that's fine. Okay. But if I miss you, believe me, it's not intentional. It's just a lot of people be pulling. Okay. Anyway, everybody, and I want to thank Empress Well, my Wednesday moderator, please. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Okay. Please make sure you hit the like button. All righty. Thanks, Sister Maya. Let me see. Okay. Stephen E. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What up, Doe? DOE. Okay. I don't know what that DOE means, but what's up? Okay. That's for sure. Okay. I want to get to some birthdays here. Melanated. This is the regular. If she don't show it, the show ain't on. Okay. There's a famous radio personality in New York City at the time on WBLS, WLIB radio. Frankie Crockett says, if he ain't on, your radio isn't on. One of the slickest brothers in the world of radio. For those who are in that time of the 70s, the 80s, and early 90s, you know what I'm talking about. He was the best in the city. Anyway, here we go. Let me see. Okay, good evening. Here we got a birthday. Okay. Now I'm looking at the birthday, right? So the first thing I do is I'm looking at show you how my mind works so you'll get a little insight. I already know the sign. Boom. I know the birthday. Okay. Um, this and once I know the birthday, each sign has an element. So Pisces is water. Each number has an element. So the number one is fire. So now you hear me say you are a water sign with a fire number. That is very sensitive and yet very forceful. That's the water, that's the fire. Very intuitive, that's the water. Very proactive, that's the number one. See what I'm saying? And so that's how my mind do with this. And and then I'll look at the cycle. The cycle in my head is when I do March the 10th to 2025. This person is in a 4 personal year this year, which means for you, JH, this is a time to set some boundaries, so to speak. That word has become more popular in the last 5 years. Everybody's in the boundaries. I don't know where they came from. Between what you bring to the table and the boundaries, I mean, it's like B and T, okay? And so uh, I just find that interesting. But what it simply means is that you have a roadmap to follow, a blueprint to follow, a kind of a way in which you know it's like staying in your lane, being focused. And for a lot of people don't like it because it's a symbol of a box squared in. But what it does is it makes you shift your priorities. You might want a new coat, but you need to pay a bill, okay? First. That's all it's saying. Now, you can do just the opposite. But if you go to the wrong side of doing it, you're going to find that you're going to really be more pressured and more restrained or bound in than before. But your numbers are the 1, 4, and 3. And Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are your best days, okay? All right. Okay, this is Ken. They have somebody born on, okay, they're born on 8/22, 2001. And that's their partner. And this person is born on May 17th of 1995. Okay, the first thing I'm looking at is I see what the May 17th is they have. See, all this is going through my head very fast, all right? But I'm trying to explain so you begin to see how you look at your birthday and the birthday of your children and loved ones and friends and frenemies and whoever you into, okay? So I see right away this person has 2 5s, 2 1s, and 2 9s. He has but this is the one that's born May 17th, 1995. I've seen 3 pairs, like a pair of cards, okay? So, and then so 5 is an odd number, 1 is an odd number, 9 is an odd number. So he's got a lot of odd numbers in the name. In fact, every single number is an odd number. The 5, the 1, the 7, the 1, the 9, the 9, the 5. I ain't talk about odd and even numbers, but when the numbers are mostly odd, it means they're more proactive about going after what they want. When they're more even, like if you look at August 22nd, it's just the opposite. Even number of 8, even number of 2, even number of 2, even number of 2, even number 0, even number 0, and only one number, 1. So that means this person is more strategic in carrying out their plans, where the person born on May 17th is more proactive in carrying out the plan. See, this is what I'm saying. So yes, I'm on this show and I make it kind of entertaining, but I'm just trying to give you an idea how my mind works with this, how I teach my students how to do this. So it's not just everybody has a 9 destiny. Well, what made up that 9 destiny? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got this kind of number. Well, what made that up? What were the ingredients, the numerical ingredients? In this case, it went into the birthday. Well, here's what I can say about you and this person. First of all, you would be a person, y'all are both fixed signs, okay? So that tells me something right there. Taurus is the king of the pastures, and Lion is the king of the jungle, okay? Symbolically. So if you look at, and see, the beauty of astrology is if you look at even the symbols, when you look at a bull, you know you ain't going to be going fooling around with no bull. And when you look at a lion, do you think you're going to be fooling around with a lion too? So between this, that means that this would be an interesting kind of situation. That's for sure. All right. So what the connection means? Well, first of all, with it's so interesting with you are a earth sign with an earth number, which means you're very practical, very steadfast, very conservative. but your partner is an air sign. Excuse me. Yes. No, your partner is a fire sign. That's Leo with an air number, which is totally different. Y'all got a totally different style of how you operate. Now, if you understand that, you can move forward with the relationship. But if there are times when y'all hit an impasse, so to speak, okay, and you're both being fixed signs, it's like that illustration, the muse tied by the neck, and they trying to go in different ways, but they going no further than they can, and they got to make a decision whether they're going to go one way or go another way. Okay, so that's how that is. Very business-like, though. So it would make a very kind of odd and unusual kind of relationship, Ken. But your key numbers are the 8, 6, and 3, and their numbers are the 4, 1, and 5. And y'all got a couple of opposition numbers, which tells me this. If you would ask me, Lloyd, listen, Stray, would this be a marriage made in heaven? I have to say, keeping it real, no. Not that it can't work. But you know how when they nowadays you're married and they live happily ever after, that's in the fairy tales. That's why they put them in the fairy tale books. It's not in the real world. Okay. If you understand that, then fine. It's like saying the sun don't come out every day. It just doesn't. And it's not going to come out every day in this relationship. There are going to be a lot of cloudy days, overcast, stormy days in this relationship. But when everybody, my mother used to call it the courtship ritual. When taking somebody out, we all on our best behavior. I'm going to look good. I'm going to put some deodorant under my arm. I'm going to brush my teeth, And then about 3 or 4 months later, it's like I barely brushed my hair, didn't brush my teeth, forgot to put some deodorant under my arm. But I'm doing the best I can this day, but we're going to see what we can do. So what I'm saying is, so I don't know how recent this has been, how long it has been. But if you understand it, that both of y'all are very, very determined in your own nature. Tauruses are a standout in the sign of astrology, and Leo, without question, is definitely a standout. If y'all can understand that and come together in a joint kind of mind, yeah, there are going to be differences. I've never, even the most so-called compatible couples by sign and number will be kind of have their days where they're just off. Okay. Because when I look at your personal year this year, you're in a 3. And when I look at their personal year, they're in a 4. So they're in oppositional personal. The Taurus, you Taurus, this is a year where there's some limitations around you. For your August 22nd, this is the year they want to expand. So anyway, there's a lot, but that's how that works. Anyway, thanks, JH, for the super sick. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. Did I do? I did 310. I did 310. I did Somebody Like You. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Sharon is a brilliant sister. Trust me. We be sleeping these women. They got a lot of things going. I think I read JH. Yes, I did. Okay. Now here's an interesting birthday. Look at the birthday. Look at those 1s and look at those 9s. Those are fire numbers. Those are odd numbers. This person got 6. No, they've got 5 odd numbers and 2 even numbers. So the fact that they got mostly odd numbers mean they're going to be proactive. Fire sign with a fire number. That means they'll be fired up. That means, and especially, and see, gentlemen, this is important when you're dealing with a woman who said, man, she's boss and tell me what to do. But if you understand the element of what you got yourself involved with, numerically and astrologically, they are being as true to themselves as you want to be true to yourself. You can't have it both ways, okay? Number one, people, whether male or female, will be assertive. That is their energy. Each of your numbers bring to the table its own energy, its own force field, its own characteristic, its own talents and gifts and skills and abilities. And when you understand that, you see why. This is why I treat it. There isn't a person, there might be 1 or 2, but there's rarely a person I don't get along with. And it's not that I'm trying to be friends of the century. It's just that I have an understanding. And I understand they have to be true to themselves. So if somebody likes something and I don't like it, that's them. That don't make them bad. We all have our preferences. And I'm telling you, we need to learn how to find the God in all of us, to love each other. The God in me loves the God in you. I took that from Miss Kimberly's programs. And that it couldn't be better said than ever, especially in this crazy time when everybody want to be at each other's throats. Everybody want to go to war. Everybody's on edge, intense. we all better recognize the God in me loves the God in you. And because see, 9, although they emphasize the war part, 9 is really about universal. It's about universal brotherhood, humanity, global, universal, international, inspirational, motivational, to bring out the best in us, not the ugliness, which is from a profit-driven thing. That seems to be it. It's crazy about what money makes people do. Anyway, this is Jennifer. Now, if you look at Jennifer's birthday, by the way, did I finish? Okay, let me do this 1 second in order to. Okay, did I move too fast? I think I did. Lloyd Strayhorn. Yeah, out of respect for this person. So they got those ones and that. So they got nothing but fire numbers, except the 0, which is the earth, and the 4, which is air. But that means this person would be proactive. But their key numbers would be the 1, 4, 9, and Sundays and Tuesdays always the best days. Okay, and we can move on. All righty. Okay, here we go. This is Jennifer. First of all, name Jennifer tells me one of your parents, Jennifer, was either a a Gemini or Virgo or Aquarius maybe, or born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of the month. It also tells me you always know somebody in a way that helps you get to the next level. But look at her birthday. It is 10/11/2001. So she's got a lot of ones. She's got zeros. She's got 3 zeros. Okay, she's got that 0 after the 1. So you are fire and earth, passionate and pragmatic, proactive and conservative, if that makes sense. But you're born to be a leader, that's for sure. Okay. And please tell you about your relationship coming up. Thank you. Okay. Here's what it is. This is a year that you're in. That's a 3 personal year. 3 deals with good luck. It's the Jupiter phase of it. It rules Jupiter, which is the good luck planet, the planet of prosperity. So what it tells me, relationships is just around the corner. Why do I say that? Good answer or good question. Well, because 3, your personal year, added to the 3rd calendar month, which is right around the corner this weekend, 3 plus 3 is 6. That's the relationship number. And I can be more specific, especially in the week of the 8th through the 14th. These are techniques that I developed. And this is what I like to teach my students. So, and if she just says, well, Lord, when's the best time to get pregnant? I'd say somewhere around the 2nd week. And I bet you if she had a fertility chart she downloaded, she'll probably find it somewhere around the 8th through the 14th, which is none of my business, Jennifer, okay? But somewhere you'll be ovulating right about there, okay? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, you don't have to ovulate in that way. You can ovulate with a plan or a business or enterprise, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, I know you don't find that funny, but anyway, you could be a lawyer, doctor, scientist. You don't take orders well, but this is a year for you to expand your horizons, Jennifer, and your key numbers are the 2, 7, and 6, and Mondays and Fridays are your best days. Okay. All right. Peace to my brother, King Simon. For those of you who attended his workshop on Saturday the 22nd, I hope the brother's brilliant. That's all I can say. The brother is brilliant beyond. He comes up. He has taught me, he got me on StreamYard. Seriously, this platform, he got me on here. He got me on Linktree. I said, Link who? Link what? He got me on Linktree. So now I'm in the Linktree. He got me to do the first PowerPoint. And it was at the Nicholas Brooklyn store that I talked about at 1390. It wasn't at 1396 Fulton Street, but it was in Brooklyn nonetheless. And the first PowerPoint was on Palmer Street, which is what I'm going to be doing in April. I'm going to be teaching a course in Palmer Street, how to read the hand. So you can sit right across from somebody on a train or a bus and tell quite a bit about them without asking who they are, who their mother is, what their name is, stuff like that. Okay. But King Simon did that. Peace, brother. Thank you so much, Simon. Now this is Chris C. Now, if you look at the birthday, this person it's a air sign with a fire number, Aquarius 9. So fire and air complement each other. All right. That's why they tell you that whenever there's a fire, don't open the door, not unless you want to make it really, really grow. Open the windows like you really want to make it expand. But so this person would be a self-motivating kind of individual. I see that they're born at 7:58 p.m., which means you're bordering between the 12th and the 11th house. That's where you are. Okay. Because between the hours of 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. is in the 11th house. And between the hours of 8 to 10 p.m. would be in the It's in the 12th house, excuse me. You're in the 12th house, bordering the 11th house. But had you been born 8:05, 8:10 a.m., your sun would be sitting in the 11th house. Uh, all this is through numerology. Once you know numerology and how the horoscope is set up, this is why I'm able to tell, and astrologers will agree. I don't think I've ever had an astrologer on and they say a house, they say, nah, man, you're wrong. It's way over there. And I say, no, it's way over here. Because with numbers, 2 plus 2 is 4. I don't care what the beef is. The bottom line is 2 plus 2 is 4. But anyway, getting back to you. So it tells me, first of all, Chris, you think you're the greatest thing since ice cream, okay? It tells me you've been out on your own probably between your 19th and 22nd birthday. And if you wanted to go into areas that dealt with careers toward the military or construction or law enforcement or things of that nature, or become a technician where you wear a uniform in a hospital or handle tools, machines, and instruments as a mechanic, that would make all the sense in the world to me. It also tells me more injury prone than accident prone as well. All righty. And this year is your year to stand tall, my friend. What do I mean? You happen to be in one personal year. So you got a couple of things going for you. Numerically, it's a 9 universal year. 2025, when you add those 4 digits across, adds up to a 9. Well, anybody born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th, this is your year to roll with it. Not only that, but I did your personal year by taking the month you were born. And see, I'm saying this for all of you to begin to look at how your numbers are rolling. I'll get to you at some point, hopefully. But the point is that you're in a one personal year. So you're starting a brand new 9-year cycle. And if you don't do it this year, the opportunity won't come again until 2034. And I don't see why you got to wait that long, you know? Don't forget, we in a world of instant gratification. Now we push them, we expect to get a reaction. But in the laws of the cosmos and the laws and the stars in the heavens, it don't go like that. It might take a long, long time. And in this case, 9 years at 365 days each over those next 9 years times that, we're talking about a couple of thousand days. Easy. Okay. Yes, DS. My man, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very, very much. Okay. Okay, Jennifer says her partner is, now, if I'm not mistaken, Jennifer says she was born 10/11. That was the birthday. 2001, because she had those ones and zeros in there. And this is her partner. Well, first of all, you two are oppositional signs. The opposition sign to Aries is Libra. The opposition sign to Libra is Aries. Not only that, the one thing you got is you both have an even number. This person is, you're born on the 11th. 1 plus 1 is 2. And this person is born on the 8th. So 8 is earth, 2 is water. So that means mentally. See, the birth numbers represents the mental connection, the date of birth. It is the month that represents the camaraderie that you feel around each other's space. Okay. So this person is an earth sign. No, excuse me. This person is a fire sign with an earth number. And you happen to be a water sign with an earth number. So it's almost like you got all your elements together. Your air sign with a water number, they are a fire sign with an earth number. So actually between you two, you got all 4 elements going for you: fire, earth, water, and air. Or fire, how we say in astrology, fire first, earth, then air, then water. But you got all 4 going, okay? And this is his year to expand and to grow. So y'all are both heading in the same personal year. So this is a fun year for the both of you. This is a money year for the both of you, okay? So that's what I'm saying, Jennifer. But there's numbers of the 8, 9, and 6. So the common denominator you have, since your numbers are the 2, 7, and 6, is the number 6. That's what I do when I'm looking at relationships. What is a common thread between the two of you? If there's no common denominator in that sense, and you're getting married, I always will shift the emphasis on the woman, because the woman is the builder of the home, like we the builders of this world. Although I know things have changed now and nobody don't need nobody and all that stuff, and y'all rather be out with a bear than a man. I don't know how y'all do that, because a bear, well, anyway, somebody's been scammed or bamboozled. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. So anyway, this person is July the 6th. They are a water sign with an earth number. Now, this is a good combination. Why do I say it? Well, anything you want to make grow on God's green earth, from fruits to flowers to vegetations and whatnot, you need rich soil to put the seeds in. And those seeds can stay there for years, even hundreds of years, until you magically come along and water it. That's why I'm saying that she would be an excellent a nurturing kind of person. And in fact, this is the birthday that runs like who's who, such as the Dalai Lama, 50 Cent, former President Bush, Sylvester Stallone, Della Reese. I mean, that's a whole lot of people born on this day, as you are too. But the point is that you can be a nurturing kind of soul, and you would do well in the arts, you would do well in real estate, you would do well in banking, you would do well in the creative and artistic community. But bottom line, you will always be of service to people. Okay. And this year is going to be somewhat challenging through no fault of your own, because since 4 is your opposition number and you happen to be in a 4 personal year, see, this is the beauty of knowing. See, once you know the numbers that are harmony and disharmony, even in disharmony times, you know how to make the best of it because of your awareness. It's like getting punched in the head in the dark where you don't know where the hits are coming from. And then you turn on the light switch, at least you can see it in dark. That's the point. That's the illustration I'm trying to make. So even though you might be going through a bad time, at least your eyes are open now, the lights are on. And when I say rough, it just means you might not have it as easy this year. You might have to really toe the line, put your shoulders to the wheel, make use of what you got. And then a 4 cycle, especially in your case, don't loan nobody no money and don't lend nobody, because 6s can be so stingy they can squeeze the brown off the penny. Nothing personal. I'm sure you're not that kind of person, LNW, but they can. And so what I'm saying, that might be the attitude you need to take. Girl, can you loan me some money? No, I ain't got no money. Okay. In other words, I ain't got no money for you. That's what you might be saying. Okay. So it's stuff like that. But anyway, your numbers are 6, 2, and 7. All these are psychic numbers, by the way. Every single one of them are psychic numbers. So it simply means you need to tune into your intuitions. Okay. Okay, Chris says he's got 27 likes. Oh, that's interesting. Chris, who was born January the 27th, evidently when he called in was 27 likes. Good. Thank you very much. Thanks for keeping with the like. Listen, please keep the likes. I understand they don't cost no money. It's just a thumbs up. I mean, if I knew what it was, I push a like me every time I'm on here, but I just don't know where to push it. So I'm going to leave it up to you, okay? All right, so let's see what we got. Okay. This is Cheryl Herbs, and they are October 8th. Okay. Now, this is a nice combination to have, although it is air and earth. Saturn has its exaltation in Venus, or Venus has its exaltation in Saturn. It's one of them things. So 8 is Saturn, and Libra is Venus. So in this way, this is a good combination. So what's in store for you? All the things you want to make come true is in store for you. It's just that simple. Whatever it is you've been wanting, whatever then you've been desirous of, whatever your intentions are that you've been put on hold, denied yourself, now is the time to bring them front and center. But at the same time, the beauty of the cycle you're in is will allow you time to clear the air, to get rid of anything or anyone or any way of thinking that has been negative, non-productive, toxic, or been holding you back. And this could be your own actions too. We ain't all no angels. All of us got this little whatever it is inside of us that sometimes we gotta kind of watch. So, but for the most part, though, this is your time to really manifest. And also some trips are in the wind too. So you wouldn't be surprised if you didn't travel somewhere back in last month in January. There's a trip coming up for you in May and July, also in September and October. And so those are going to be the months for you too. Okay, September, October. Yep. So you got about 5 travel indications, all right? And I would say that things started turning around for you between your 33rd and 35th birthday, but your lucky numbers are always the 8, the 6, and the 3. Thank you. Okay. This is Nirvana. Thank you. This is Deborah Lucas Jackson. They are an earth sign with a water number. Now, 2s are very friendly in this part of the year. See, each number has a natural home, and then each number has a home where they're neighborly and where they feel very good. And each number have a home where a month that they really, really shouldn't be in there. It's not their fault, okay? But the point is, 2 is very friendly in the house of Taurus, the sign of Taurus, because 2 is water, Taurus is earth. So this would make a nurturing combination. A person is very sensitive, and you happen to be in a 7 personal year. First of all, your key numbers are the 2, 7, and 6. Your best or your personal year for 2025 is a 7. Now, since your key numbers are the 2, the 7, and the 6, that means last year you went through some adjustments, did something with your hair, your weight, your appearance, things of that nature. But this year is about finding out who you are, spending time with you, not wanting to be with somebody, going somewhere to avoid the noise and drama, the confusion, and all that other stuff that's going on in this crazy world right now. To just be simply left alone. And you need to be near a body of water this year, too. That would do wonders for you, where you can hear yourself think. Okay. And those are your numbers. Thank you. And this is Tasha. She's a fire sign with a fire number. Okay, if you notice, now look at her birthday. She's got 3 1s, 2 5s. See, and all of this is taking place in my mind quickly. But I've been doing this a long time, folks. All right. For some of you, it's like, how is he doing this? So that's why I said that the topic will try to kind of demystify some of these things, so you can begin to look at yourself with a whole different perspective. Your children, your mates, your mom and dad, things of that nature, which is why I gave the Bryan family as an example. Thanks to them for letting me do their daughter, him, and his wife. Okay. So anyway, it tells me, Tasha, with all these odd numbers, you get along better with males than females. That's for sure. It also tells me you need to have your own business at some point in time to give direction and focus to what you want to do. This would be the kind of woman, gentlemen, that may be misinterpreted as being bossy or dominant, or you're trying to tell them what to do. But she's got all those leadership numbers. She's got 1s and 9s up in there. She's got 3 1s and 2 9s. So out of 8 digits in her birthday, 5 of those digits are very fire numbers, and they're forceful numbers. And she's got an air number, which is a 5. She's got an earth number, which is 0. She's got a water number, but she's got mostly fire in the birthday. So I know how she is. So she's going to speak her truth. Now, whether you like it or not is one thing, but she will speak her truth. And she has to, as they say, to thine own self be true. You can't, so to try to get her to do that, and it's not that you got to like yoke her and all that other stuff. I'm not. It's just being prepared that if she checks you, you don't get offended. That's all. But her numbers are 149. Okay. Cassandra is a borderline case, and it has nothing to do with the mental health. That is, she can either be an earth sign with a fire number, or she could be actually, because it all depends. Because on some Aprils, the 20th, that goes up to Aries up until the 20th, sometime the 21st. So it all depends. If she feels fiery, that means she's a fire sign with a fire number. But if she is in this birthday, she would be an earth sign with a fire number, which means pragmatic, yet very passionate about something, very conservative, yet very forceful and proactive at the same time, too. And so it tells me her early life was very rough. Can nobody say, oh, I did this for you, did that for you? Because Cassandra will say, listen, let me tell you what I had to do to get to this point in my life, okay? But now that she is at this point, she is ready to rise and shine like the shining sun, okay? That I can tell you. She is ready to do what she needs to do for her. Very ambitious. Sometimes people think you're dictatorial, but you're not. You try to be a person of your word and everything like that. But you are an organic flirt, though. I know you can't help it, but that's part of your makeup, too. But this year is about year of being quiet. You're in a 7-cycle year. So this year governs the law of attractions. Okay. That's what that is. Okay. Let me just run through something a second. I want to make sure. Okay. Just want to make sure something. Okay. Miss Niels, thanks for the donation. Did you put your birthday in here? I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to just do something and just go through whatever. At least, if nothing else, acknowledge you. That's what I'm trying to do. Room. Okay, there's a birthday. That's July 29th. I remember that because you're a 2. Your birthday's a 2. This is Mike Blue. That's okay. They are Taurus 5 person. And Siobhan, thanks for the donation to Siobhan. Mel, thank you so much, Mel. And Tasha, okay. I think I read you, Tasha. I think I read you. Okay, I'll work backwards. Hold on, let me go and work backwards a second. Wow. Okay. Timothy Thompson, you are a Sagittarius, master number 11 person, which means fire. And 11 is composed of 2 1. So it's kind of fire and fire, but you are in a 5 personal year. That means you're at the midway point in the 5-year cycle, which is a time for you to turn your life around this year for the better in whatever way, shape, or form you feel is important to you. Your key numbers are the 2, 7, and 3, and your best days are always on Monday and Thursdays and Fridays. And it says this time, do take advantage of all opportunities and possibilities that come your way. And again, thank you so much for the donation. And y'all, please listen to Sister Mike by hitting the like button, please. It don't cost you no money, none at all. So let me work backwards a second. And this is Bowers first. Hey, buddy, July 15th. One of the luckiest birthdays to be born on is 15th. It denotes money, gifts, and favors from others. Okay. And 6 is a sports number. Almost always, some of the greatest athletes have been number 6s, like Shaquille O'Neal's a number 6. There's a lot. I'm not strong in the athletic field, I'm afraid, but I know a lot of 6s. Floyd Mayweather, who makes all that ton of money, is born on the 24th. It's a 6. Okay. I'd have to go through my mind, go through my little mental file. But anyway, nonetheless, you are a water sign with an earth number. So that means you're nurturing. Your challenge has been, Brother Bowers, that people, the women especially, think you have control issues, but you're about family. And you have a way of how you like to run your home, run your shop. This is how we're going to do something. So if you're dealing with a woman that's got more of a free-spirited kind of energy, she will interpret you as being kind of like demanding, controlling, obstinate, and unyielding. But I'm sure you're a pleasant guy, because 6s have great personalities. They are very persuasive. They've got nice voices. They can be very charming, but they can be equally stubborn too. But your key numbers are always the 6, the 2, and the 7. So these are psychic numbers. So yes, you're a guy, but pay attention to your hunches and your intuitions. It's very good. And thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Your best days are always on a Friday and a Monday. Not Monday and Friday, but Friday first, then Monday. All righty. And this particular year, you happen to be in a 4 personal year, so it might be a little challenging. So it means don't be as generous with giving of your money or even trying to loan money unless it's absolutely necessary. And waste not, want not, lend not, borrow not, work with what you got presently in your home. And you'll find that you'll get through this. So this month of February, which should have been interesting in terms of your home, your health, appearances, relationships. Next month, you're going to want to go away somewhere and get away from the confusion, the drama, be somewhere near water and have some of the interesting dreams. But it's the month of April. It's going to be your money month. Okay. Look for that. But thanks so much for the donation, buddy. Appreciate it very much. Okay. More than enough. Yes, this is September the 6th. So you're in a 6 personal year this year. You're in an element that matches your date of birth. So this is a year to like improve your appearance. This is a year to go back to school. This is your year to get involved in a weight loss or exercise program. This year, you probably change your hair, though I see you have a hat on, but I'm willing to bet you $1 to donuts since late September, October. If you didn't change your hair then, you've definitely changed it by now. And this year is a year where, at least for this month, where you've come of age and now you're ready to put something to the side as we go into your opposition period of March, where you'll be in a 9 personal month. And it means a time to let go. But your numbers are the 6, 5, and 9, by the way. And your best days are always on a Friday, a Wednesday, and a Tuesday, working backwards. Thanks for the donation. Okay. This is Westwood Worldwide, July 29th. Thanks for the donation. Fire sign with water. That's what I'm looking at, fire and water. Okay. And what that means is a mix of being very proactive about something and being very sensitive and intuitive about something at the same time. The beautiful part about it is, since you're blessed with both worlds, so to speak, to know when your intuition kicks in to take full advantage of it, and at the same time when to say, okay, I ain't feeling that, so let me get on my Leo side and handle my business and go full steam ahead. And if you can do that, then you'll have the best of both worlds. But it does simply mean that if you are, I suspect this is a male. I get that feeling. And if so, it tells me women are your blessing and your curse, if that's the case. And it tells me another thing too. Either you work around a lot of women, or you will work around, or your supervisors or managers are always in the female category. Okay. If it's a woman, it's just reverse. She will work around that men will be her blessing and a curse. But I got a feeling just from looking at the Westwood Worldwide that this is a guy I'm talking to. And that tells you do well with computers and technology and engineering and mechanical mathematical sciences too. All right, all right, all right. Yes, astrology. Astrology is interesting, but numerology is even more amazing because I can quickly get to things in no time. Okay, let me just make sure. I think I read you. I'm not sure, but your key numbers are the 1, 4, and 3. Your fire sign with a fire number. You will never look your age for a long time, which is why younger persons will be attracted to you, Tasha. Although when I did your birthday, let me see your name. That's a 10, 13, 14. So it tells me when your parents was either Gemini or Virgo, or born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd. What was the process? In my mind, I transposed those letters of her first name into numbers. And I used the Chaldean system. And it added up to 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So it tells me she likes to be on the go. She's very versatile. She ain't got much patience. She can curse somebody out if she's got to. Yes, she understands the King's English, but you cross her, you'll see another side of Tasha. That's for sure. And it tells me she kind of wears a lot of hats too. And but your key numbers are the 1, 4, and 3, and your best days are Sunday and Tuesdays and Thursdays. And thank you so much for the donation. And by the way, you're in a 4 personal year. So you're in a cycle that matches one of your key numbers. That means to get it together, to get yourself organized, to, have a roadmap to follow. Don't be just doing things helter skelter, not this year. But it tells me you need to be in your own business too. That's what it tells me. And this is Armel. Thank you so much. Okay. And Sean West says King Simon's class last Saturday was great. She really, and Sharon West is going to be on my show again. Queen B, the people, Nick and LaPortia. These are some of the people I've been blessed to know in my journey who are very good at what they do in the world of numerology. And she is one of them. Okay, please tell me about my business and love this year. Well, first of all, when I look at it, Mel, you happen to be in an 8 personal year. That's a business cycle. That's a cycle of achievement. That's a cycle where you break ground. This is a cycle where, you aim for the sun but hit the moon, but you think big. Okay, this is a cycle where you grow up. Yes, I know you were born in the master number year 2020 of 22, which is 1984. But this year is about raising your awareness to a much higher level, to really think big and do big and have big expectations too. Okay. Although from your birthday, though, it does tells me very odd and unusual. You like to be different, which is why you'll have secret enemies in your journey. It's not your fault. You're doing the best you can. But you like to think outside the box that you can't help yourself. Okay. And so, but very, very sensitive. You like to be your own best company too, Mel. So even when I looked at your name, Mel, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. So Mel indicates that since you call yourself Mel, this attracts Pisces and Sagittarians to you and people that are born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of the month to you as well. All right. Your key numbers, by the way, are the 4, 1, and 9, and Sundays and Tuesdays are your best days. Okay. Stephanie Bostic, this is November the 13th. This is Whoopi Goldberg's birthday. But anyway, nonetheless, it indicates you are a water sign with a fire number. And the fact that I'm looking at those 1s and 3s, the odd numbers you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 2, 4, 8 digits in your birthday. 6 of them are odd numbers. So it tells me very proactive about things. You just don't sit around waiting for anybody to happen. And you don't have too many pity parties too with all them 1s. You got at least 4 1s. So it tells me you got some leadership abilities and things of that nature. It also tells me very sensitive, like to be your own best company. But this is your year to fall in love or fall out of love, all depending on how things have been going for you. Okay. And only you know that. There's been some adjustments. It's a good time to go back to school too and lose a pound or 2. I've never met a woman that didn't want to lose a pound. I don't know what that's about, but I ain't gonna mess with that. But anyway, your key numbers are the 4, 1, and 5, and your best days are always on a Sunday and a Tuesday. Okay. And okay, I think I did everybody. I think that I do. Oh, there's Mike. Yep. Okay, Mike is born 4/25. So he's a Taurus without question. He's a Taurus 7 person. His numbers are the 7, 2, and 6. So since he is an earth sign with a water number, he would be a nurturing kind of guy with his own individualistic attitude. Okay. He's born the same day as jazz great Ella Fitzgerald that was scatting. She used her voice. Her voice was better than any musical instrument that those jazz artists could play at that day. But if you looked into her life, you'll see why she was respected all over the planet in the world of jazz and we have jazz and we introduce jazz to this world, to this universe. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But you have your own way of how you like to do things, Mike. He is so interesting. Your name Mike attracts people that are outward, very expressive, very popular, very well liked. But when you go home and close that door, people just came knocking by hanging, not unless Amazon is knocking on the door, FedEx or, American Express or United Parcels. That's about the only people that can get up in there because it indicates that you have a kind of a closed, kind of private world that you live in. Not that you're hiding anything, but you like to be your own best company. But yet when you're out and about, Mike, you know how to rock. You deal with kids, you deal with animals. Very lovely. I mean, very active and very entertaining. But then again, there's a private side to you. So people sleep you because they think you're funny. You're very serious. You're dead serious. And you got more things going for you than you know. Your numbers are the 7, 2, and 6. And Monday and Fridays are your best days. Okay. And Pisces goddess. This person is a water sign with an earth number, which is a very wonderful combination. And 17 is called the 8-pointed star of Venus in the tarot card. The 17 is a nude woman by lake. And there's these pentacles. The pentacles is symbolic of numbers or money in the tarot symbol. And these pentacles, these 8 pentacles are over her. And it indicates the power of financial success, the number of immortality, and some of the greatest movers and shakers on this planet have been born on the 17th. So if you do your part, you should do well as well also. Your key numbers are always the 8, the 6, and the 8, the 3, and the 6. Excuse me. That is the proper order. The 8 first, the 3, then the 6. And it does indicate that this year you're making a transition, moving things around, changing the relationship, changing the environment, change at the workplace, whatever the case may be. Anyway, also you're going to be changing your diet too. Okay. Thank you. And E-Room here, born on the 29th. I think I read you. Yes, I did read you. And I says, if you're a guy, women are your blessing and your curse, and you got life path 8. So that tells me as you get older, your life gets better, especially around your 33rd, 35th birthday. I'm just going to read just a couple of more. And then I'm going to have to get off here and give my moderator a break. Okay. This is Cami Ross. She is, speaking of 17, this is December 17th. So she is a fire sign with an earth number. Now, when I'm looking at her birthday, look at those ones she's got. Look at those 1s and 9s. So she's got a total of 1, 2. Well, actually, I should say, look at the odd numbers. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 digits in her birthday. So it tells me she's going to be a person that's going to be proactive. She ain't going to be sitting around with no pity party. She ain't got no time for that. The more odd numbers you got, the more active and energized you are. The less, it doesn't mean you don't get things done. It's just that you simply use a different strategy. Okay? Like if you notice here in the Armed Forces of the United States, they got the Air Force, they got the Navy, they got the Marines, they got the Army. So it all depends on which way they got to roll. So this is what I'm saying, and this is how it works in your case. You will attract older men, younger men from different cultures, long distance relationships too. Not necessarily in that order, which is none of my business. But I bet you dollar to donuts, you have more than one of those 2 kind of exposures too. But anyway, over and above that, which is none of my business, this is your year. It's the year of the 3. So this is your year where actually, if I'm not mistaken, yes, this is your year to expand. You happen to be going through a good luck cycle this year, a good fortune. And in fact, there's been some fundamental changes. But next month is going to be something that's going to affect your appearance, your hair, your home, your relationships, as well as your pocketbook. That's for sure. And you can look forward to that quick and in a hurry. So I do want to thank you, by the way. Your key numbers are the 8, the 3, and the 6. Okay. And you notice you're born at 4:02 p.m. So you're born so your sun is sitting on the right side of the horoscope rather than the left side. Because anything from the a.m. up until 12 noon is always on the left. Your sun is always in the left position. Anything from 12 noon to 12 midnight on the right side of the horoscope, is as in that side of it. So since you're born at 4:02 p.m., that would be 9:10. You're probably in the seventh house, the house of relationships and partners too. That's what I would say. I don't have any figures in front of me, but I got my brain. Don't forget, if you watch the movie Hidden Figures, what would the women call computers? Where was the computers? Right here. We all got it. We just now so busy with our face in a phone, in a tablet, in a computer that we forgot that we do have that. We're great people, seriously. You just got to find your greatness too. So everybody, I want to thank you very, very much. Oh, my Cash App, everybody. I never put my banner up. One day I'm going, here's my banner. Okay. And if you want to see all my services, go to Linktree. Thank you, King Simon. Linktree, linktr.ee/numbers in you. That's the better way to do it. Linktree, there it is right there. Linktree/numbers in you. And you'll see how to order my book. My book is at Amazon. I've got 4 of my books there. I also have an ebook where you can hear it now, audiobook in an audiobook form. I have it in an ebook form also. I have charts. I have my mobile app, and in fact, is now being revised, and now it's getting better. I know I said that I had no idea getting into the world of dealing in an app, a lot of the complications that it is. And Apple just updated their sites every month or two. They're updating theirs, so if they can update every month, and people ain't complain, don't be complaining if I need to do mine one time or more. All right. So anyway, that's it. And the Cash App is $numbers in you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyway, I want to thank everybody very, very much. See, almost missed Essence. Essence, okay. February the 14th. Your birthday was on a Friday, 2 Fridays ago. So happy Valentine's Day, or Friday before last, call it what you will. So it tells me you are air sign with an air number, which means you're always in your head. In cardology, I do believe you are the Jack of Diamonds too, which is one of the most fortunate cards to have. And diamonds represents the adults in the card deck. Okay, hearts the children, clubs the teenagers, diamonds the adults, and spades the seniors. That's what I was taught. In fact, I'm going to have Nina Diamond on at some point soon to talk about cardology too. But at any rate, this is your year to find yourself. Because when I took the month and day you're born, February the 14th, and added it to the year, you're in a 7-person year. So you're in a year that governs the law of attraction, the law of whatever you think is what you draw to you. So it's very, very important. So I talk about the vision boards, but in your case, the vision board needs to be on the mental screen of your mind, whatever you're holding into your mind. And the dramatic thing I like to give is an illustration. If you're walking around all day as it's saying you ain't got no money, it becomes what is called a self-fulfilled prophecy. Okay, so if you don't have no money, you need to check how you've been thinking lately. But if you want prosperity, if you want love and things of that nature, that's what you got to plant in your mind. And then that's why the elders say you let go and let God, because 7 is a spiritual number. It's a godly number. All right. So anyway, your key numbers are the 5, the 4, and the 1. Those are your best days. All right. No. Yes, 5, 4, 1. Those are your best numbers, but your best days are always on a Wednesday, a Sunday, and a Monday. Got that straight. All right. Everybody, I do want to thank you very, very much. I think I got everybody. I hope I did. Okay, I did. So nobody can feel left out. I got them. All right. Okay, this person, they got in. No more. They are a Virgo. They are earth sign with an air number, which means they're very old, in a sense, spiritually misunderstood. And I'm looking at the numbers in the birthday. They've got 8 and 9. These are maturity numbers, and Virgo's a maturity sign. So she's always felt much older than her time. She's always been more philosophical. So if much older men find her attractive, or if she's been drawn to much older men, I'm talking about 5, 10, 15 years or more plus, that would make all the sense in the world to me. But she's different, sensitive, and quiet as is kept. The girl is a genius. That's all I can say. You're a genius. Now, whether people give you that credit for, and so you're born at 7:39 in the morning. So that means your sun is on the left-hand side of the chart. See, that's how I do it. So it tells me your sun is in the 12th house. Okay. All right. Thank you. So anyway, I want everybody to have a blessed day. You'll take good care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday in a new month. Next month, I'll be starting my power series on precious metals. For those of you who wish to get, let me take this banner off. For those of you who wish to get my power series, because we do have recordings of power series #1 on numerical cycles, last month on relationships, you can by going to linktree/numbers of you or numbers in you LLC@gmail.com to order the playbacks. Okay. So everybody, I do want to thank you, but let me let you know that my sponsors, plus this shows, where are they? Okay. Here we go. Let me go back. Okay. Sponsors is brought to you by UJuice. All right. And this is where you go to, nope. Where is it? Here we go. This is where you go to order it. And as you see at the top left the URL is levitstore.com, LIBET. If you order it today, you probably get it by Monday. I know if you ordered on Monday, by Saturday to be there. It comes nice and cold. It's like, it's great juice. And I'm telling you, only because I've drunk it ever since his wife first came upon the idea when I went to Trinidad about 3 years ago. It's the greatest juice. And it is absolutely sugar-free. It is. The only thing is I wish the cups were, the bottles were larger. Because, you got to almost carry 2 or 3 around. That's just that good. So anyway, I want you to order it. Go to the website and explore for yourself. See all the opportunities, all the things that it does, the ingredients that goes into it, and more important than anything like that, the love that goes into it too. As it says, authentically Caribbean, they never lied, okay? And discover you juice, the world's first keto super juice. It is absolutely excellent. And speaking of that, I want to thank also another excellent service, which is Nicholas Bookstores at 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn. Also, I want to thank Ms. Kimberly for Manifest on Purpose. Check out her podcast twice a week. Also, she's introduced a new platform called Numerology Revealed. And that's it. And by the way, March may be running a little late. I'm not going to kid you. It may be. I'm doing the best I can. I'm one person. But anyway, if you still want to get what is left of the free February newsletter, you got 2 more days to do it. But if you want to hear the broadcast of it, go to this site, Kimberly, KIMBALEY _ KIMBALEY _ and list what was said for February forecast. And within a day or two, you'll be hearing the March forecast. And we start with the sign of Pisces this particular month because it is Pisces season. Everybody, I do want to thank you very, very much. All of you have a very nice day. Do take care of yourselves. A great weekend. And that's all I can tell you, folks. Just really take care of yourselves. And thanks for letting me explain. Now, I hope some of this was very insightful. So when you look at your birthday, begin to look at how your numbers work. And maybe we'll do a part 2 on Monday coming. Okay. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.